Hello, how are you all? Dear students, today we will try to learn speech writing. So, let's start. Speech writing contains four main features. Number one, clarity of thoughts and expression. Number two, accuracy of fact. Number three, unbiased view of the issue. Number four, connection with the audience. The fourth one is very important. So, for any good speaker, the first condition is that he is able to communicate to the audience. You would have definitely come across the speech by Mark Antony in Julius Caesar. Despite the fact that Brutus was able to influence the audience, when Mark Antony starts speaking, he is able to influence the audience against Brutus and other conspirators. So this quality is the most important one. Now next is difference between article writing and speech writing. We have written in detail here, but the main difference between the article writing and speech writing is that article writing is a written communication, whereas speech writing is spoken communication. The second difference is that while writing article, we need to give a suitable title or heading along with the writer's name, whereas in speech writing, it is not required. Next is marking scheme. Recently, the marking scheme of speech writing has been changed by the CBSE. Earlier, earlier also it was 10 marks, no doubt, but the bifurcation was different. Earlier, the format was 1 mark and content portion was of 4 marks. Expression portion was 5 marks, whereas now it is reversed. Format consists of 1 mark, content carries 5 marks, and expression carries 4 marks, which is again subdivided into 2 marks for grammatical accuracy, appropriate words, and spelling, and remaining 2 marks for coherence and relevance of ideas and style. Let us talk about what is content portion, which carries the maximum weightage of marks. Content is the examiner tries to check how much you are able to write about the subject which has been given to you. If your ideas, if your points are related to the subject given and they have been coherently compiled together, then you get better marks for your ideas. Expression, students, you should remember that grammatical mistakes will definitely reduce your marks in long compositions, in writing section in general. So grammatical accuracy, selection of appropriate words, and spelling mistakes, okay, uh, spelling errors, these are the things that reduce your marks here. So you need to be very particular about grammatical accuracy, selection of words, and spellings. Coherence means logical and systematical arrangement of your ideas. So your style, your relevance of ideas, whichever ideas you are using in content, whether they are associated with the topic or not, whether they have been properly used or not, it will be checked both in content and in expression also. Okay, so this is the bifurcation. Now comes main parts of speech writing. Speech writing consists of 3 parts: introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Again, these parts are subdivided. So let us talk in detail what the introduction is all about. Introduction of the speech. It must be an attention getter. It must be eye catchy. Okay, the audience must be attracted to listen to your speech. And how to start that? So, to begin with the introduction, you must first of all greet the chairperson, the principal, or the members of the jury. Then dignitaries, and fellow speakers or the audience. Specify the occasion of the speech. Announce the topic. On which topic are you going to deliver your speech today? And start with striking pre-speech note to attract the attention of the audience. You should also refer to some recent issues, some story, or some historical event which affect the interest of the audience. Okay, now next is the body of the speech. In the body of the speech, a writer is supposed to discuss the main idea. It should be related to the subject, or it should be related to the topic given or the issue that we are talking about. It must include subpoints. If you feel like including subpoints in order to support the main points, you can use subpoints also. Make sure that main points are interrelated to each other, properly related to each other, and that interrelationship makes the coherence. What is the meaning of coherence? Logical, orderly, and consistent relation of the different parts. So, body of the speech must contain these four things, right? Main idea has to be discussed there. In order to help the main idea, you can use the sub ideas also, sub points also, but you have to be very sure that these sub points and points are interrelated with each other, and at the end of the day the coherence should be there. Next is the conclusion. Conclusion means to sum up your speech, how to end your speech. If some social issue is there, no doubt, if you want some action, okay, so call for an action, call for an appeal, or a warning or a request. These are the four things you can use to conclude your speech. But if you are not able to find suitable appeal, suitable call for action or warning or some request, you can simply express your gratitude, your thanks to the audience. Okay, now this is the these are the parts of speech writing. Now next is format of speech writing. As we have just now discussed, what all this includes, and this should be the layout of the speech writing. While you write something, it should be the layout. Just remember that it is like this only. Okay, introduction, it should include formal address or greeting, and it should include introduction of the speaker, introduction of the topic. The body must establish what sort of context you are speaking on, what are the expressions you can use, and need of the hour. What is the need of the hour? What are the adverse effects or values of the issue that you are talking about? And again, conclusion includes the purpose of your speech. Depending on the purpose of your speech, you can either request, call for an action, warning, or you can simply express your gratitude for the audience. Next is example of speech writing. It is very important. So I pause here. You can read on your own. The next example I will be reading for you. I'll be keeping quiet for some moments. It is not very lengthy. You can read this example on your own. Okay, I have read it. I expect you would have definitely gone through this also. Let us move to the second example of speech writing. Write a speech on the topic: a student must know how to manage his time. It is to be delivered in the morning assembly. You are Suresh or Shamta of KVIM Dehradun. I'm just giving you some hint how to write a speech. A great philosopher once said, the common man is not concerned about the passage of time, but the man of talent is driven by it. And how rightly it is said. Good morning, respected principal, sir, teachers, and my dear friends. I, Shamta, the head girl of the school, stand before you to speak on the topic: a student must know how to manage his time. Time management is an art of managing time effectively and efficiently so that one can make most of it. Although it seems easy, but it takes a lot of effort to master this art. One who is able to achieve mastery over it becomes capable of achieving anything in life. Time management has various benefits that help us not only in our studies but also in day to day activities. Hence, it makes our life more organized and enjoyable. It keeps us motivated to work hard. It increases our productivity. It helps us to achieve more in less time and increase the quality of work. It also helps in reducing stress and gives us a sense of satisfaction. Some simple tips can be followed to manage our precious time. We should prepare a list of tasks to be accomplished during the day, then organize them in a sequence of priority and set time to complete them. It is important to stick to the schedule diligently while making sure to get time to sleep and relax. This way, we can start to organize our life in an effective way. Try this and you will find a big change in your lifestyle. Thank you. This is how you can write. Maybe it has exceeded the word limit, but as I told you earlier, it is just to give you a reference. Okay, so you can seek example from here. Now I'm going to show you how beautifully the student has written and how beautifully she got marks for that. It is based on the same answer that I have read, the same example that I have read. It can be written in this way also. I'm going to share this video with you. You can no doubt pause it and read it, how beautifully the student has written and how efficiently she got marks also. Okay, one point that I would like to make here is that the student has used quotations. So wherever you feel like using the quotation, you can use them. Okay, like the example where which I have just read, we started off with the quotation. It is by some philosopher. Okay, and how rightly the philosopher has said that common people tend to skip the time management. They do not give Common people do not give value or importance to time or time management, whereas the intelligent people or the talented people, they give importance to time. Okay, so this way you can read it. Now comes the home assignment, and it is my humble request to all of you. These two questions have been given to all of you, and these two questions are very important. Number one, the first question is, as you are aware that we are facing the pandemic nowadays, and we have come across the real heroes, right? The doctors, the medical staff, and the police staff. They are the real heroes in today's era. But we have heard about some incidents of stone pelting or misbehaving with them. The first question deals with that. As a student or as a student of intelligence, you feel that this is injustice done to the real warriors, corona warriors, and it should not be done. The need of the hour is to support and respect them. Okay, try to write this. The second, again, is very important. Nowadays we see that violence activities or activities of violence are growing up in students, school students especially, it is not a good sign. The society is not going in the right direction. So the second is that you are concerned about these incidents of violence, and you want to suggest some sort of remedies for that also, right? So these are the two questions for your practice. Now the only thing that I can say is thank you very much.